Have you taken it to?
Cool. Wait, so this is anything you can actually see stuff on? What is that thing?
There's no way that I was staying in school after that 4-hour. No, I'm going home. Nope, done. So like I told you guys in my last video, Thursdays and Fridays are some simulation days. Sometimes the Thursday one is about 4 hours long. They're 4 hours long if it's something brand new. So today we were learning about airways, all the tools we use, the set of our airway cart, and then tomorrow we will reiterate. On second thought, I think I'm actually going to make use of my time and sit on the couch and watch YouTube videos of like what the airway is supposed to look like when you open the mouth. It's Friday! Anybody from the DMV? Y'all know where that's from. So I definitely lied yesterday. I went home and studied for like 6 hours. Sometimes the material's so interesting, you're like, oh. You get on a roll where you're understanding concepts that like are finally clicking, and so you just want to keep on going. That's what happened to me last night. Even through Grey's Anatomy, Shonda, Carrie, and Viola get all of my attention on Thursdays. That's how I get. I'm attempting to know that. I've been raised in the throw that, and when I throw that, I never hold back. So today, what do I have planned today? I am going to the dog park with Kingston, my 2-year-old Great Dane, and then I'm going straight to the school after I drop him off to study for pharm, for my basics of anesthesia course. I have so much stuff to do. I have an exam next Tuesday in pharmacology, and I have a lot of doses to know, onset of duration, mechanism of action, and then, you know, for basics, I got some like pre-setting to do for that class because they give us a bunch of lectures and we need to read them and listen to the lectures before we go so that when we get to class we can discuss them. But I'll definitely take some videos of what I'm like looking at and kind of giving you guys an insight of what I'm actually studying right now. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. You excited? Go to the park? Okay. Back here. Nope, we're back here.
This feeling is so good, why would you wanna break up? And you love, and you love, and you win, I'm winning love, and you love, and you, why would you wanna break up? Why would you wanna break up? See how we driving through your hood, why would you wanna break up? Baby girl, that don't.
I was at the dog park for a little bit longer than I expected, but now I am heading to go study with my friend Amelia. We'll see if she wants to like get in on my YouTube, and so you guys can meet one of my really good friends in my anesthesia class. So right now that's where I'm going. I'm going to go study with her and see if we can make sense of all that we need to remember. All right, so next clip will be of Amelia if she decides to be on camera.
Then binds the sodium channels and prevents opening by inhibiting conformational changes necessary to open the channel. Quick review. Oh, look at it. It's my future dog. When I graduate school.
I'm putting this on there.
No, don't.
Heading out now.
Where are we going?
Frozen yogurt.
Are we done studying?
What?
I studied a bunch with, obviously, Amelia. And now we are going to go get froyo and reward ourselves. It's all about little rewards. And it doesn't take much to make us happy. So we get ice cream. Whoops. Does the trick. Every time.
Are you not putting this in your movie?
It is 8:10. With me, how I study is I'll put in a good solid chunk of time and then I'll come home and just kind of reiterate some of the things that I would need to focus on, and then kind of like spit back out the things that I know. So that's kind of what I'm about to do. With Grey's Anatomy on because I missed it on Thursday. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the night. And then tomorrow I will be getting up to do it all again. It's Sunday morning and I had such a restful sleep last night. Psych. You can tell by the bags in my eyes. I could not sleep. I woke up at like 3 or 4 and started looking at notes because I did not want to waste my time. I knew I had a test coming up. So I started looking at Amelia's notes. Thanks, girl. And just kind of going over doses in my bed on my phone, which even makes it worse because the blue lights in your phones and like computers and stuff disturb your sleep. But I just couldn't sleep. Today I had even more studying to do. As always, studying never stops in anesthesia school. And I wanted to show you guys what I'm actually studying right now and how each of the classes are kind of relating to one another. Because like I said in my other videos, my school does a really good job of lining up their classes so that what I'm learning in one is kind of following the same plan and track as what I'm learning in, say, my simulation course. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what I am learning the rest of this video. For my test on Tuesday for pharmacology, we had a local anesthetics lecture, and that was one class. That was a 3-hour course, and then we had another 2 lectures on autonomic pharmacology and the drugs that we would use for your autonomic system. And we broke up into groups one of those classes and had like study guide questions that we each did and shared with the class. And that's also what's going to be tested on our pharmacology exam. So what I've been doing these last few days is just going through these different PowerPoints that I have. And like I had a note video that I showed you guys, how I take notes and how I study, and just I have little notes that I take, nothing major. So here's where chemistry does come into play, and how in certain environments something that's basic versus acidic will become ionized, and that can affect how it actually works on the receptor. This is, amides versus esters and how you can remember the difference between them. And amides and esters are metabolized differently. An ester is quickly metabolized by things in the blood called esterases. Esterases. Amides are metabolized by the liver. So if there's something wrong with your liver, we need to be cognizant of that if we were going to give them an local anesthetic that was an amide. Local anesthetics are not benign. There are toxicities that can happen, such as if we were to give lidocaine. First symptom that we would see is drowsiness. Classic anesthesia doses, like I was saying, with epi and without. You can give more usually with epi because it causes that vasoconstriction, and we're responsible for most of these for the test. Here, this is where one-eyed ester comes into play. If you look at chloroprocaine, there's only one I in there. And so that means that it's an ester. Esters, like I said, are metabolized quickly with plasma esterases, allow us to more easily dose them. And by dosing, I mean controlling pain versus their temperatures and versus their motor stimulation. Because in C-sections, we want to definitely combat their pain, but they're always going to have pressure, and you definitely want them to have their motor reflex, because otherwise they can't push. So that's the reason why we would give this in, say, an epidural. But what is most important right now is that for local anesthetics, why we give them alongside as an adjunct to anesthesia. We give them an epidural, spinals. We use them locally for regionals to kind of blunt some pain. We use those alongside with epi. Epi is a vasoconstrictor, so it kind of stops the drug that you're using, the anesthetic, from traveling to where you don't want it to go and causing toxicities. So that's what we're learning about right now. And we're learning those dosages because they change when you use epi and when you don't. When you use a vasoconstrictor, you can use a little bit more. So I'm kind of trying to get those numbers and the duration of action, and how they work, and which ones cause more toxicity to babies versus which ones you can use in a C-section because it doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier. So that's what I'm learning right now. I hope you guys like this video about what I've been learning, And yeah, I'll see you guys next time for our next vlog / school update. Bye guys.